Programming brought to you by AWI Networks, Smarter Internet.
Thanks for joining St. George News at 8. I'm Scott Beadle. St. George firefighters had to use the jaws of life to rescue a woman involved in a T-bone crash Monday. It happened at the intersection of 400 East and 300 South. Police say around 11:30, the driver of a Dodge Dart heading east failed to see a Toyota Highlander and entered the intersection where his car was hit by the SUV. A 64-year-old woman riding in the Dart suffered a broken collarbone and had to be extracted from the vehicle. The drivers of the Dart and Highlander suffered minor injuries. The 63-year-old man driving the Dodge was cited for failure to yield. The St. George Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying a suspect. That person is wanted in connection with some stolen credit cards, which had more than $4,000 of fraudulent charges on them. A wallet was reported stolen from a vehicle near the Raintree Apartments back on July 17th. Afterwards, cards from that wallet were used at multiple locations, including Walmart, Walgreens, and Smith's, according to police. If you recognize this person in the photo, you're asked to call St. George Police at 435-627-4300. Although the danger of this summer's Brian Head fire is past, the blackened landscape and an ashy landscape as well, I should say, left in the fire's wake now poses another risk. Flames from the wildland fire stripped more than 70,000 acres of land, leaving the mountainous terrain barren of vegetation that would normally prevent soil erosion and slow the runoff from flash floods. Additionally, intense heat from a fire forms a layer of soil that acts as a water repellent, also increasing that chance of channel runoff. Officials are closely watching the Sevier River watershed in central Utah, which has major water bodies located in the fire-burned scar. Agencies are currently working together to mitigate the damage to the watersheds and to prevent any further issues. A new law is under consideration that would require car makers to include sensors in the back seats to prevent child deaths due to heat stroke. The U.S. Senate bill is called the Hot Cars Act. If passed, it would require new vehicles to have a visual and auditory alert for parents to check their back seats. Just this past weekend, 2 children died due to heat stroke after being forgotten in cars. And in most cases, experts say the children who die in these cases are left unknowingly by caring parents. Since 1990, more than 800 children have been killed in hot cars, according to Jeanette Fennell, founder and president of Kids and Cars. Now to the latest developments out of North Korea. Their latest missile test last week came dangerously close to crossing paths with a commercial airliner. And earlier this morning, the U.S. conducted its own missile test in California. Emily Rao has the latest from Washington.
Overnight, the U.S. launched an unarmed Minuteman III missile from Vandenberg Air Base near Los Angeles. The planned test, carefully calculated and far from flight paths or sea lanes, a sharp contrast from North Korea's recent intercontinental ballistic missile test. The missile launched 2,300 miles straight into space, right in the middle of commercial flight paths. As the missile descended, an Air France 777 with 323 people on board traveling from Tokyo to Paris, flying in the same area. Less than 10 minutes after the plane passed, the missile fell to Earth, landing in the waters near the same spot the Air France plane had just flown by.
The crew of this plane had no idea that they were in danger because the missile was coming in from outer space.
In a statement to ABC News, Air France said the flight operated without any reported incident and that the airline constantly analyzes potentially dangerous flyover zones and adapts its flight plans accordingly. But the Pentagon says North Korea's missile launches are done with no coordination. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson now offering reassurance to North Korea along with a warning.
We're trying to convey to the North Koreans, we are not your enemy, we're not your threat, but you are presenting an unacceptable threat to us.
The Air Force says its missile launch overnight was not a direct response to the recent missile test by North Korea, but it does demonstrate the U.S. is prepared and ready to respond if tensions continue to escalate. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers has your Southern Utah forecast coming up right after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by AWI Networks, smarter internet.
Welcome back, everyone. A good Wednesday evening to you. Temperatures today made it back into the triple digits once again here in St. George. 102 our high late this afternoon, 1 degree above that normal. 101, a record high for the day is 112 back in 1995. Overnight low stayed in the 80s. Yeah, overnight low was 81 degrees this morning. That's 6 degrees above that normal overnight low of 75 degrees. No precipitation here, but do have some rain chances increasing as we go through not only tomorrow, but probably into Friday as well. Taking a look at our satellite radar, again, seeing some showers and thunderstorms around our area, but again, here in St. George, did see a few of those showers and thunderstorms make their way through here. As we get to the evening hours of tonight, most activity has been staying down to our south, and really between St. George and Mesquite is where we're seeing some of those showers and thunderstorms as we speak. Those will continue to push off to the south and to the west, but again, more chances of rain in our forecast as we head into our Thursday. Here's your high temperatures from today. 92 degrees our high in Cedar City, 90 degrees Enterprise, 104 in Las Vegas late this afternoon, 102 in Mesquite, and 102 was a high temperature also in Hurricane late this afternoon. So for tonight, some showers and thunderstorms, isolated anyway, making their way through our forecast. 61 degrees overnight in Cedar City, mid 70s to upper 70s. The overnight lows from St. George to Hurricane to Mesquite by early tomorrow morning. For Cedar City, though, we'll see temperatures again climb back to the upper 80s with that increasing chance of rain in the afternoon hours. We'll see some pretty good chances, really, of seeing some showers and thunderstorms around Cedar City. We'll go for a high of 88. And in St. George and southern Utah, then looking for 98 degrees is our high temperature. Not quite triple digits. A few more clouds coming in the afternoon, and those clouds leading to some more chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of that rain could be heavy at times as we get into not only tomorrow, but also into Friday as well. So what else can we expect to see? Well, partly sunny skies, still warm, but again, not quite as warm as we've been seeing. We'll look for highs in the upper 90s, that chance of rain continuing as we get into our Friday, even into the weekend. Then we're still having some on and off chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms, but it does look like temperatures are going to stay slightly below average. Again, our normal high here in St. George is about 101. We're going to see temperatures basically mid to upper 90s over the next several days. Again, a few more clouds to play with, and also seeing that chance of rain in our forecast as well. Here's what it looks like on our surface map, showing the showers and thunderstorms again making their way through a good portion of Arizona. That's where the main threat of rain will be for your Thursday, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of that rain get into southern Utah by the time we get to Thursday afternoon. And again, that may actually last into Friday with another chance of some rain in our forecast. 88 degrees the high temperature for Thursday in Cedar City, and 90 degrees in Enterprise. A passing shower or thunderstorm possible. 101 in Mesquite, 98 degrees the high temperature in St. George, and 97 in Hurricane. Your 7-day forecast for Cedar City does show temperatures cooling off a little bit with no chance for some rain on Friday, and that lasts into the weekend too. Temperatures low to mid 80s in Cedar City. Even next week then we may see those temperatures increase a little bit, but keep that threat of rain in the forecast next week as well. St. George, southern Utah, we're seeing temperatures once again getting back into the mid to 90s to upper 90s over the next couple of days, and we'll see those temperatures continue to stay like that as we head to the computer system's acting crazy. I don't know why, but there we go. How about that? There it goes. Yeah, temperatures will stay in the upper 90s. They don't like those temperatures either, I guess. That's what the system's saying to us. Yeah, get those temperatures a little bit cooler. But again, some chance of rain continuing even into early next week. We will eventually get closer to 100 next week again, but a little break from the heat. I mean, we're going to still be warm, no doubt about that, but not quite as warm as we've been seeing lately with those chances of rain. But have to be careful of some flash flooding and also some heavy rain potential. Maybe not so much on Thursday, but definitely Friday looking like a better chance of more widespread rain showers here in southern Utah.
I guess the weather computer is just ready for fall.
I think that's what it's doing. It's just like, this is way too much. Let's just skip right on that 7-day and get back to some better weather, that's for sure.
Thanks, Chris. Still ahead, barnyard critter that has classic rock fans going utterly wild. The internet has gone utterly wild for a Texas calf's uncanny resemblance to Kiss frontman Gene Simmons. The baby cow, named Jeannie of course, was born on Friday at a ranch in Kerrville and even likes to stick out its tongue like the rocker. The tourism agency shared the image on Facebook, joking that maybe Simmons could be the father. Well, Simmons himself was delighted, tweeting, quote, "This is real, folks." Jeannie was born on a ranch kept by the family of Heather Takeda, who happens to work at a local steakhouse. But don't worry, Jeannie is not going to be served.
It actually is a pretty good resemblance right there. I mean,
That is pretty impressive, yeah.
with the markings on the cow, of course. But yeah, very interesting.
Well, thanks for watching.
We hope you have a great night.